Our first day trip from Toulouse is to Auch, which is just to the west of Toulouse. At the centre of the old town, as usual, is the cathedral, and as often happens it's at the top of the hill, so we cross this river here, and there it is again. We make our way, we've come up this street here, we're going up here, and at the top of there we'll be in the square just outside the cathedral. The Cathedral of Santa Maria is a 15th century late Gothic building with a Renaissance west front. Now, sometimes you may go to see a cathedral because it's generally considered to be, shall we say, unmissable, possibly Chartres, Burgos or even Albi. Another time, as I did here, you visit it because it's on your route and it's part of your routine. And then you'll find several features which you're glad you didn't miss and which probably the experts knew about all along. Not least of which is the choir here. I'm not an expert or connoisseur on wood carving, but the early 16th century oak carvings here I thought were really impressive. Those life-sized scriptural and allegorical carvings in high relief, and the elaborately carved canopy, not to mention the misericords, were I thought unmissable. As I mentioned, there were several things that I liked here, and we can have another look at the reredos. Then coming through to the floor area, which was mosaic tiled throughout the chancel. These here particularly remind me of the cathedral in Valletta. The organ at the west end is by Jean de Joyeuse in 1694, restored in the 1950s. Stations of the cross here are in framed paintings. A smaller organ, 1860 by Cavey-Cole, is above the choir screen of 1671. The stained glass windows are ascribed to Arnaud de Molès, 1513, and are notable. I think I can say that if looking at cathedrals is something that you might do, then this is one you must certainly not miss. Coming out again into the square, we've got our back towards the cathedral. We came up the road to the right there, and we're going to go round to the left down a little road to see a house where Henri IV used to live. Now, Henri IV of France, of course, is someone who we shall meet again later, and perhaps I'll have more time to say a bit more about him then. So just now what we're going to do is have a wander around this older part of Auch, and we'll come very shortly down these dodgy alleyways again to this square. And this obviously is the war memorial. There's the 1914-18 war, and here we've got the 1939-45 war, and the mention of the resistance and the Maquis, and of course Southeast Asia and North Africa. Another little square which no doubt was a garden at one time, but now of course inevitably is a car park. We can have a look now over this parapet towards the more modern part of Auch, which is mainly on the other side of the river, and we're going to make our way back to the train station down this flight of stairs, escalier monumental. Now part of the floor here is carved out with what I presume is a Latin inscription. I don't know what it was, I'm afraid. It was very impressive. Now halfway down these stairs is a statue. This is a statue of Charles de Batz, whom we perhaps know better as D'Artagnan, one of the three musketeers, who was a local boy. So now back to Toulouse on one of the nice little modern trains that run around here. They have special racks to hang your bicycle, and nice clean toilet, shall we say.